Good day everyone, I am Charis Pacheco from BE Ed 3B and I am going to answer random questions in Chapter 3 Efficient Classroom Organization for Multigrade Settings. So for the preliminary questions, how will you organize multigrade classroom? So the seating arrangement in a multigrade class is one of the most significant factors to consider because it improves the atmosphere for learning. When you are organizing your classroom, it is important to make a note of all the factors that influence the layout of your classroom. I am going to organize the multigrade classroom in a traditional way, which is to have a seating arrangement that all students will face at the board. Managing a classroom with multiple grade levels to make it easier for the group to locate the items they need, everyone must be made aware of where and how to store items, as well as to where to sit for various activities and where to place completed work. Number 2. What is the ideal classroom environment for multigrade setting? So the ideal classroom for multigrade setting is having good environment in which a student can focus on achieving the goals set forth in the course objectives. Positivity, organization, extrovertism, self-assurance, and compassion should characterize a good teacher. Most of the time, the instructor is the one who decides how everyone should behave in the classroom. What are the requirements for effective multigrade teaching? So in order to be successful as a multigrade school teacher, one must have excellent planning skills and establish teaching and learning strategies that are specifically catered to the classroom in which they work. Above all else, they need to have a strong commitment to their profession and be willing to put in long hours in order to face the challenges that come with multigrade education. The primary responsibility of a multigrade teacher is to educate their class by passing on their acquired expertise. So number 4, what are the teaching approaches in multigrade class? So in multigrade education, there are multiple ways to learn. Integrated teaching and learning, differentiated instruction, and active learning are all parts of strategies and approaches in multigrade education. So in multigrade education, there are multiple ways to learn. Integrated teaching and learning, differentiated instruction, and active learning are all parts of strategies and approaches in multigrade education. So it is proposed that integrated teaching is one of the ways that could be helpful to students studying in locations where there is conflict. The goal of differentiated education is to tailor lesson content, teaching and learning method, and learning outcomes to fit the varying requirements of individual students. Learners are able to become more engaged participants in the discourses and learning that takes place when they engage in active learning. It is essential to have plans and methods in place in order to meet the requirements placed on educators, particularly in multigrade classroom. So next is I am going to identify if the statement is true or false. Letter A, a multigrade classroom has to be reorganized according to the activities or lessons that will be conducted. It is true. Letter B, a multigrade class arrangement is permanent. It does not change throughout the year. It is false. The timeout area allows the teacher to take a break from the classroom. It is false. Letter D, the class shop can help students to develop social, language, and mathematical skills. It is true. The chalkboards and cupboards can be any height in a multigrade classroom. It is false. Describe how you would arrange your classroom for storytelling. So teachers and students should be situated in a semicircle or horseshoe layout in order to read the pictures and captions in the teacher's tale book effectively. Students should be seated near to the teacher at all the times. As a teacher who works with students of multiple grade levels, I plan to set up the classroom so that it can be used for storytelling. So this will require all of the students to face the front of the room closer to me so that they can hear what the story is all about and see the illustrations in the books more clearly. Describe how you would position your desk in multigrade classroom and explain why you have selected this arrangement. So in order to be able to see all of the students in the classroom, the teacher's desk should be in the front. It is important the students have a clear view and easy access to the teacher's desk. The learners who are the younger or the youngest will be positioned closer to the instructor because they need assistance more frequently than the students who are older. How would you use your outside classroom? How would you prepare for the class? So teachers should ensure that the location that he or she intend to use is adequately protected from the sun. So I am going to use the outside classroom for any activities that will fit for the outside. So learners may choose to sit on mats, benches, or even in the grass if the weather is in a good condition. Okay, so for the performance, number 1, Mrs. Maru is an untrained teacher who teaches a multigrade class of 30 learners in a small village at Lanao Elementary School. She teaches grades 1, 2, 3, and 4. Mrs. Maru has requested your help. Her main concern is classroom organization. Okay, so it is the classroom arrangement or organization that I can help to Mrs. Maru to create a good learning environment for her learners. So as you can see, the grades 1, 2, 3, and 4 tables have separated. So there are a chalkboard, the cupboards, the display board, the class shop, the dress up or the home corner, the learning center and the reading corner, and of course the time area and the teacher's desk that plays in the front. So why is the physical learning environment important? So it is essential that children have a comfortable environment in that they can then freely move around in. Their interest will be piqued if the surrounding environment contains things of interest to them. They need to have a clean environment that is well and has clean air to breathe. So list at least 5 areas that could be included in a multi-grade classroom. So the following components of a classroom designed for more than one grade level should always be present. First is the student's desk or tables. The second, a study area with a dedicated reading books. The third, the home corner or the dressing up corner. The fourth, the area reserved for the instructor, which includes a desk and storage cabinets. And the last is a school store, as well as a place to put displays and a chalkboard. Why does the multi-grade teacher need to be close to the youngest students in the classroom? So the instructor should maintain a close proximity to the students who are the youngest, since they are more likely to require assistance than the students who are the oldest. So what is a timeout area used for? So for the sake of maintaining order among the students, a timeout space is a must or have in any classroom. To maintain order in the classroom, the timeout area serves as a physical barrier between the students and the rest of his or her peers. What is the importance of having a class shop in a multi-grade classroom? So the following are the most important reasons for having a class shop. First is to foster the development of learners' social skills. Second, to foster the development of learners' mathematical skills. And last is to foster the development of learners' linguistic abilities. So for the last question, why would you have a language arts center in your classroom? So the development of linguistic abilities, which are essential for any type of education, would be the primary focus of the Language Arts Center. This location would provide students with the opportunity to publish their work in the form of books, magazines, short tales, and longer works. Again, I am Charis Pacheco from BEd 3B, and that's all for the random questions in Chapter 3 Efficient Classroom Organization for Multigrade Settings. Thank you for watching and listening.